So the good stuff about this was Maya Lopez, aka Echo, played by Alaquia Cox, is which I found out that she's actually in real life deaf, and the thanks so Echo has something messed up with her leg. I don't know if that was in the comics because she has it, so I don't know if they just adapted that. But um but I really just thought that the cast was great. Her casting was great as like this per because in the first episode, you got the kind of like the backstory that we kind of heard in Echo. I mean, not Echo, Hawkeye, with like her past, but we didn't learn about like her mom dying. And so it just tells about like all her past in the first episode, kind of like a recap. And then like she goes to her hometown in it, and then episode 2, she's still in like her hometown. Third episode, so like the first 2 and 3 were kind of like she's in her town, she has to like stop this stuff from going on. And then at the end of 3, uh Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin shows up, and then that leaves you like, ooh. And then in episode 4, it has him trying to like get Maya, like because his revenge because he lost his eye. And then in episode 5, um, that's when there's like a big fight thing, and then I'll get more into that stuff. But that was just recapping like the episodes. But and so the action scenes were really good for this show, and just the way that they had like all the action, because the actress who played her was actually deaf, and how they and like taught her how to do this stuff. Well, I mean, she probably knew like self-defense maybe, but how they did all the action stuff. And then they had Charlie Cox's Daredevil for like a split second, and then which that was good to see him in it, because I'm like on episode 3 of the season 1, but it was still good to see him. um but yeah, it was just great to see all these people. The family was great in this. The grandma, the uncle. No, it wasn't uncle. Why did I say uncle? Grandpa. Then like they had the back things with the dad, and then like the cousins were good. Also, they were in the show for a pretty good amount of it. Um, and then the only thing I really didn't like was the Indian back. Well, I know it's probably the backstory, but like weird magical power stuff. Like then Maya get like magical powers or something at the end of the show, which I'm like, what? Because like, so at the beginning of each episode, they, other than like the first episode, and I think maybe the fourth, because I know one of them also didn't have it, but they all start off with like a, it may be a fifth, but they all start off with like a Indian story going on, and like they were like out of like nowhere. They had nothing to do with the story until like the final episode was like they had these magical powers, and it's like, okay. Also some things that I didn't like was this is, well, I mean, I've said a lot of spoilers in this, but um uh be like I forgot. So Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin, he is now, it seems like he's gonna be running for mayor of New York because at the post credit scene he's like sitting in his jet, and then like after the battle and everything, and then he's just like sitting there, and then like he watches the news, and then they're like, anyone could run for president now, and then it's like, oh, okay, so they're putting in the Devil's Reign comic, which is Daredevil, Spider. That's when Kingpin gets elected. Going, so that's people are speculating that that's probably going to be in Spider-Man 4, because Daredevil Born Again is when he's going to be running, and so yeah, it just sounds like a lot of stuff's going to be going on. But I really enjoyed the show. Overall, I'd probably give it a 7 or 8, maybe out of 10. Because that final episode was like, most of them are like, oh, weird way to end it. But overall, I thought that it was a pretty good show, and I if you like darker shows, kind of like Daredevil, I think you would enjoy this. Won't be like your favorite show ever, but I think you'll probably enjoy it. But thanks for watching, you guys, and see you guys